How you guys doing? Welcome back. Today is February 8th. I almost said December 2021. How you guys doing? Welcome back. My name is Evan. This is By the Bulls, the only stock trading YouTube that teaches you how to take your trading just by the Bulls. Let's get it. Again, my name's Evan, aka John Stonkton.
Pulls up, three-pointer. Bang! Bang!
Aka Chef Boyar Swing.
Hey, Mambo, Mambo Italia.
Aka Bruce Wingstein. All the dumb names added together. Had to throw it back real quick. How you doing? Nice to meet me. Nice to meet you too there, big fella. With that all being said, I got my cat his box today. He was getting real grouchy today, so I brought his box in. Hopefully it stops him from being bad or biting me. But like I said, he's a good boy. He wants to be in every single episode, and he's giving himself a bath right now. That's a good boy. So you like my cat? He's there for you, easier to see more than ever. I'm actually gonna get a webcam. Like put it over there and call it the cat cam. So while I'm doing my thing and the charts, you'll see like the cat like in the corner just by himself. It'd be pretty funny. If you are all brand new here, welcome. New kid. We call for new people new kid. Nice to see you. Good stuff. Glad to have you. If you've never checked out my YouTube channel, please go ahead and do so. I have a 25-part class for free for you. I'd love for you to go check it out. I really rely on folks learning how to fish for themselves, and that's what's most important about this channel. I'd love for you to go do that. That class will help you. If you want more content, I think I do a fairly good job. You get 5 morning newsletters, 5 nightly newsletters, the picks early around noon or 1 o'clock. You get the videos early. I actually have a live portfolio. I'm actually going to show you guys today. I'll show you guys every night, but they get live updates. Got a zit there. Not a good look. They get live picks, all these kinds of great things that comes with it. I would wait until this weekend. I have my Evanversary special. It's my 1 year starting this. Wait for the weekend. You're going to have 2 days to act upon it. I would definitely wait till then. I think you'll like what you guys see. With that being said, the only thing I have left to say before I show you guys my portfolio, to be fully transparent, is that I cannot compete with these large channels. They have a bunch of folks. I have 7,600 of great people. I need y'all to support, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. I hate the YouTube algorithm kind of comments, but it does make sense. If y'all could like this video, just leave a comment saying hello or like, wow, your cat looks big today, or wow, good pics. Whatever it is, and subscribe. It means the world to me. I really do appreciate it. I do the awkward eye contact. I want to get this video going. With that being said, let's check my portfolio really quick. So as we can see, nothing too crazy. I only buy stuff that's actually called on my channel. Washington and then Sleep Number both look fine to me. I went in on them. I'm up almost 1% of my portfolio since starting this live portfolio. I'm going to have obviously more money invested, more money put in this particular account as time goes on with more picks and such. If you want live updates and why I do that, why I'm doing what I do, how I do what I do, what kind of account I have, all the updates throughout the day, gotta check out the Discord, check it out. With that being said, fantastic 8 picks today. Let's get into it. So first is BYD, Boyd Gaming. Never been a big fan of gaming stocks. Like CRISPR fell off the side of a cliff. Skills never came back. BYD is surprisingly doing well. To me, it's a very easy short here. Now, could BYD, if the markets run, go farther? Absolutely, but I think BYD at 58 makes way more sense. BYD closer to $56 makes way more sense. Up here, it doesn't have much volume. We lose all that up here. I think you were to go 4 or 5% at most, you'd be happy, but I think a rundown of 12 to 15 sounds much more enticing to me. Consistent lower highs, consistent higher lows. It's starting to consolidate. I think BYD is a price target of like $80 or $85. If I could buy it towards 57, I would long-term hold this and be fine. But I think up here it makes very little sense to go long. If it does break out, I'll eat my own words. That's fine. But I think 68 is the max. I'd even start shorting there for even better risk versus reward ratio up here. Earnings, overreaction, pull back. Earnings, pull down, came up. Earnings, ran up, came down. Earnings, ran up 16%, and it's starting to look kind of weak here. Overall, a great earnings overreaction. It's getting towards the top. Again, if it does break out, I'd still short till 68. Low risk, high reward. If tomorrow's markets are red, I would start with Boyd Gaming to start off my day. Let's check the indicators. What's so dope about this channel, besides me and my cat, you losers, is that for us, we think that indicators show us 4 things. Isn't that right, Gremlin? Indicators show you momentum, trend, volume, and volatility. That's it. And those things are going to help us enter a stock, exit a stock, plan a trade, and trade that plan. But Everyone who sticks on this channel and trades for all knows for a fact that the technical analysis is the cake. Num num num. And that the icing is the indicators. Ooh, nice. So when you go through the indicators, don't rely heavily on them, but use them as a guide as it develops, as time develops. 10 crossovers, 50 cross unders, bullish and bearish, stochastic. You have the vortex crosses. Use them to help you plan accordingly and take profit as you need, but don't rely on them too heavily. With that being said, if you are a brand new trader, you'll see live what a veteran sees and goes through it with you so you can do it at your own time. Again, I teach to fish, and that's what I do. Hence my dope fishing tattoos. Haha! Zzz. So, first is our 10 EMA, which is blue, 50 EMA, which is red, sorry, purple, moron, and the red one is a 200. This is our RSI, stochastic, and then our vortex indicator. When we lose the 10, after a nice run up, it almost always comes down. It always gets weak. Big run up, pull back, you lose that, you come on down. Especially in a channel like this, as you get higher up, you lose the 10% pullback. Right here, 6% pullback. You lose the 10, you're going to have a good time. Over here, would I wait for it? Sure. If you are not confident at this trend line holding this traditional resistance area, maybe wait till 68 then do that, but you want to wait for a 10 cross under, that works fine. If it loses a 50, for sure it's done for. RSI, it's over 70. Whenever it does that, came down, did that, came down, did that, eventually came down, did it, eventually came down. Same here and same here. So whenever it gets this high, it almost always comes down. We have ourselves a fat bearish divergence. These are higher lows. And then this is a triple top. Right, this is not bullish because all these match up. The bottoms match up. Right here, bottom, higher low, higher low. Now sideways, these don't match up. Bearish divergence. Bulls are on top with nowhere to go. Bears are down low with nowhere else to go but up. BYD here, if tomorrow's red, I would definitely short. Now, of course, breakout plays always happen. I don't like to short stocks with higher price targets and breakout potential. But when the resistance and technicals are so strong and the market does look at maybe weak tomorrow, if it doesn't break this resistance area that we're at, it's an easy short here. I definitely check it out. I do like what I see. Again, if it does break out, go long. If you don't like shorts, don't play it. It's just a watch list. It's up to you to make that DD and those choices, not me. Right? So next is FCPT, Four Corners Petit Tour Inc. USD. A great looking horizontal channel. I could zoom out real here. Look at this, has been a traditionally strong support and resistance, even historically. Resistance became a support, led to this gap down, became a resistance. This thing has been quintessentially at 25.60, bounces constantly. This is a great looking support. Sure, if it does sell off more, we'll probably be seeing $25, but again, risk here 1.5 at most percent. A small move is about 5.5. POC is 6. Just to make it halfway up to where it usually is at is a 4-to-1 trade. Very easy play. You're going to notice a lot of plays today are just horizontal plays. A lot of the plays that were trending down or up have already broken out. So take that with a grain of salt that through all these, we've lost convergence factors. We've lost the fact that we don't have trend lines to help us all the time. But it's a very idiot-proof play. You know where the support is, you know where the resistance is, you know where your stop loss should be, and where your price take profit is. Great support play, low risk, high reward. I do love what I see. Let's check our indicators. Can you play a 10 cross? You can, but I'm worried when you're below the 50, they're pretty worthless, right? You get above the 10, oh yeah, crash. A 10 cross, oh yeah, crash. So I mean, until you're over the 50, the 10 crosses are pretty suspect. They're pretty sussy boy. So I think, waiting for one here, waiting 2%, it's fine. But if you're going for 6%, giving up 1/3 of your profit tomorrow makes very little sense to me. I'd buy into value. If you are new, there's two ways for a beginner to buy a stock usually. The first is value. You know what that means. Hey, this is on sale. I'm going to buy it. Tee-hee. That's value. The second being momentum. Sorry, I just ate a big bowl of food. What momentum implies is that you cross an EMA line, a certain price, indicator shows you that momentum is picking up, you buy into that. So this is not a momentum purchase, this is a value purchase. One is because the indicators show that, but of course the technicals do too. EMA lines, we're at the bottom, love that. RSI, it's low. Stochastic, it's low. No divergence. I mean, you could argue that this is one. I wouldn't put a lot of emphasis into it, but that is a flat bottom. and that is lower lows. It's small. I wouldn't put much emphasis in that. No bearish ones. You had this one that did form. That's why it broke down. And now we're coming back down for the next move. No divergence. It's a really good value. And then bulls are low, bears are high. A lot of these plays that are going to be value purchases are very easy to understand. They're very idiot-proof in nature. It's low, you buy low. It goes high, you sell high. FCPT here, minimal risk, 6 to 8% reward for a good move. Overall, I do love what I see. Next is fold again. If I zoom out here, this has been a very pinnacle spot historically. It was a resistance, it was a resistance, it became a support, resistance, scroll back over here, support perfectly, support over here. This is a very important spot in the time frame. As we can see, anywhere near 875, 865 is a really great deal. Do I want to buy it at 911? No, I think it should be 5 or 6% lower. Could you purchase this spot? Sure. I am seeing, as it develops here, a possible breakout, right? We're seeing kind of starting to break out here. If we see it tomorrow break this area and really take off, that's valid. We'll see if there's any kind of EMA lines for crossovers. But you can just see anywhere near 875 is a great value. We're down there. Do I have trend lines? No. I had the resistance one that may lead to a breakout, but it could also break down. This is a descending triangle. Not every triangle is your friend. Being a descending triangle, that's the perfect draw right there. If we can't break this resistance trend, we're going to be breaking down. So watch that for a breakout. But overall, FOLD is a very easy support play. Again, it's fairly idiot-proof. A 10 crosses right here. Is it good historically? Not really. I mean, when you cross the 10, you have some good runs. You have some small baby runs, like, 70% pretty easily. But while you're beneath the 50, they're not going to be that great. So waiting for a 50 cross is too far away. 10 crosses are fine. Like, this is what you want to see. That's fine. That's fine, right? That's fine. But along the way is a bunch of fake outs. So could you play that tomorrow? Sure. I would definitely wait and see for some value here. But you could play that tomorrow if you wanted to. That's fine as well. RSI, it's fair. It makes sense. We're going sideways. Nothing's really moving. Stochastic is high. Is there a divergence? There is a small bearish one. Well, yeah, it's okay. It's a tiny one. That's there. I don't really see a bullish one. I mean, it looks like it's fine. It just looks like possibly this is going to come down and break down to 875. Bulls are low, bears are high. It's looking like I would give it a day or two. If it has a big move up and crosses the 10, play off of that. Go for the momentum. That's your second entry strategy. The first one would be value. Let this one fall down to my mitts, my greedy little mitts here. Catch it at 875. Risk very little. Buy around 3 o'clock tomorrow and have a very good time. With that being said, though, FOLD, I'd watch list it. Even if it doesn't play into your hands this time, next time in a few months when it comes back down, it could be fantastic. Next is FSLR. I like solar power. I talked about JKS before. That's very similar in its setup. So is SenW, I think. That one's dying off. Never mind. That one's gross. But FSLR here is a very easy support play. If I zoom out, it's, a very great old resistance. Was a gap, becoming a support. It's a very pinnacle spot, right? This is a very important price area, right? We're getting there again. And the resistance is very clear. It's already showing life today. Would I buy in here and risk about 7% to make about, 9? Not really. At $70, it's much more appealing. I wanted to come on down to us. I'm sure you could sit here all day and draw a trend line like this and try and find where it's at. There's going to be a whole bunch of them in here. You pick what you like. I'd probably go with that. If it does break above this, it's a whole different story. But for now, I want to see a pullback maybe 5% here really well. Hit around 69 or $70 and get a really good entry down there for value. Overall, though, it's becoming a good value nonetheless. FSLR's 50 EMA is being a real piece of real piece of shit right now, and I really want to break above it. The 10 crosses are fine for day trades. Right above it, so we kind of already missed our nice move here. Wait for it to come back down to $69, $70 overall. 50 EMA cross, bueno. But until we see it kind of settle out and kind of go sideways, we may not see that for a long period of time. So you could watch this tip, but you may be getting kind of bored waiting for it. 49 EMA, RSI. It's fair. That makes sense. Big move up. It's fair here. Nothing crazy at all. Stochastic's a bit high. That's why I'm saying we may be coming down. No bearish divergence. These are still lower highs. No real bullish ones. It's really close. I mean, I wouldn't, again, put much emphasis in this small move here. It's a small one, but it's there. I'll just wait to see what it does. And then bulls are low, bears are high. I still think FSLR, when it comes with value purchase, needs to come down 5 or 6%. If it does, low risk, high reward. I would give it some time. I'd watch this again, even if you miss the move. In a few months, if it comes back down to the $69, $70 range, you should be okay to play off of it. FSLR, I do like what I see. I would definitely watch list it. Next is IR, my favorite play of the day. Like a moron, I called it right about here, said it looks really good. I was hoping for about a 1% pullback. I got greedy. It took off without me. Again, it's only up 1%. The risk is still minimal here, but in a choppier market, I like to kind of be very, very careful, very, very calm, cool, collected with my entries. And I wanted to be a bit lower towards 54. This below this trend line is an absolute snack. Tidbit for you. Right-click the trend line and go to create alert withdrawing. Intrabar price on this time frame. Okay, crosses were good. Hit create alert. Now I know when it goes beneath it, I have an alert set up and I can buy into it. I'll remove it while I'm doing the charting. But old resistance becoming a support. It looks really good. Is there a resistance trend you could draw? I'm sure of it. It's somewhere in here. If it breaks above that, momentum can be played off of. But right here, that's kind of in the middle. Like it's what's that band? Jimmy Eat World. Sick joke. So if it's a little bit too high here for you, I understand. But for me, I want beneath 54. If I get that, I'm happy and good to go. When it comes to our indicators, a 10 cross happening is fine. You get above the 10, an eventual 50, you got yourself a long-term hold. You've made the right decision. Playing 10 crosses are fine. And of course, if it crosses tomorrow, you may be seeing 1 or 2% pretty quickly. And for some of you, you're like, I don't want to make 1%. Dude. Well, you lose 20% on YOLO calls. So shut the hell up. 2% up over that is way better. So take what you're given. Peasant. No, I'm kidding. But overall here, a really good looking play for a crossover if it does happen. RSI, it's fair. It makes sense going sideways. It's fine. Stochastic could be a bit lower. That's what I'm saying. I want it at this negative 52. If I get that, I'm much happier. Bulls and Bears are fighting. It's going sideways. Whoever gets the volume here, whoever gets the momentum, whoever gets the power, whoever gets the buy-in of the sellers will win a massive space and have the control for the next few days. But for now, IR just a bit lower is, I mean, it's just a delicious piece of nuggeted deliciousness. IR, I'd watch this. I do love what I see. Next is LESL, Leslie's Inc. Leslie's? I don't even know. This is a really good looking support play. If I zoom back, you can't. It's a newer IPO. But this is a very great spot at $19. It comes down here occasionally and bounces beautifully. Sure, I wish we could have seen this volume profile line hold, but anywhere down here is a really good value. Earnings overreaction, it's coming back. Of course, I wouldn't want to buy at $19.10. Would have been absolutely optimal to buy in there. But right here, it's still very little risk. It's still pretty idiot-proof. If you want to see it stop loss area, you got it towards 19. It take profit somewhere towards probably around $20.50 or $21. I'm not going to harp on support plays that much today. I've had like 4 so far. It's the same exact deal. Can we play a 10 EMA crossover? You certainly can. It crosses the 10. You tend to have good times, 5 or 6% in a single day pretty easily on some nice moves. You also have plenty of fake outs, so beware. Could you play that here? Sure, up 2%, go for it. That's fine. I want to buy in a value myself. This is my preference, but it looks okay to me. When it comes to our RSI, it's low. Could be a bit lower, but still fine. Stochastic, curling north. If we see this start to curl and show life, we should be good to go. I don't really see anything overly concerning. When it comes to our stochastic, I do see that we had a small bearish divergence. That's why I came down. I got overextended. And for a bullish one, I mean, again, I'm not going to put much emphasis into this. It's too close, right? But you do have some action here getting kind of nifty. If the blue does cross the red, you're good to go. Bulls and Bears are both low. If Bulls get power, it should rocket pretty easily. LESL here is not my type of play. When it comes to the entries, IR lower is, even FCPT lower is. I don't like the muddied indicators with it showing life here after earnings. It's getting kind of wonky. So if it was me, I'd give it a few days. But early next week, later this week, LESL can be an absolute snack. In a few months, a great play. I would watch this dip. I do like what I see. I don't love it as the day went on, but it's just okay. I still like it. Next is LPI, my second favorite play of the day, just for how clear it is. I think this resistance trend's a bit too high. Let's just do that. That's perfect after today's action. LPI here is a gorgeous support. It's held a bunch of times. It's bounced a bunch of times. This trend line is held 4 times, holding a 5th time, risking about 3 or 4% to make about 15 here is an absolute snack to me. It's a very easy wedge sideways. It's pushing volume, trying to get higher. If this does hold tomorrow and does what I want, it should be a fantastic play. LPI is a great wedge here. Wedge plays do break out. I want to turn the indicators, not yet. What we're looking for with their indicators in particular is I want to see that the 3 EMA lines are in the middle of the wedge. This 3 EMA lines are in the middle of it. If I can get that, that's going to show consolidation, furthering my notion, my hypothesis that this is a breakout play. As we can see when we zoom in, there is a resistance trend, there's a supporting trend, they're directly in the middle. Take my microphone, drop that, done told you big fella, it's a consolidation play. This is critical because most of your big plays come after consolidation. You have ascension, consolidation, descension, consolidation, ascension. So most of your big moves come after this kind of thing. And what we can see is it's a very clear consolidation. Price is getting tighter and tighter and tighter. It'll break out one way or the other. If this breaks out up, it's going to be massive. RSI is low. Love it. All email lines show that we're low. Stochastic is low and curling. Bulls are low. Bears are high. Favorite play for tomorrow morning to watch. This is actionable. It's where you want it. If you have a day trade or two to spare, if you want to have that for a stop loss because it drops quick, because you don't want to get caught with the markets dropping, then you have to hold a bag. I'd much rather use a day trade to get out of a swing trade. If you're underneath the PDT rule, which my new account is, I got to follow that. I separate them. So if that's the case, I'd use one in case it does dip. But LPI tomorrow is my top watch as of this moment. That at FCPT. I love what I see. It looks fantastic. And lastly as well, I'm not going to sit here and yammer on about a horizontal play again. It's going to come down 1% or 1.6%, hold and then make a nice move, or it's going to just completely shit the bed and come down probably to around $76 or so. But right here, it's red. It has a gap here. If you didn't know, y'all, gaps like to be filled. It is what it is. That's how life goes. And with stocks, it's no different. When the stock has a gap, it likes to get filled with the price. Like right here, gap. What happened? Immediately filled and what? It tanked back down. Whenever you have a gap on a time frame, 9 out of 10 times it gets filled. Even over here, it gets filled by this wick over here. It almost always happens. This gap here gives me a lot of hope that even if it does drop a bit more, can see at least 3 or 4%, risking about 1. I'm not going to harp on the technicals of a horizontal play, though. You understand at this point. 10 crosses are fine. You do get some fake outs along the way while you're beneath the 50 EMA line, but you'll see some really good ones like this one. So you want to wait for that. That's fantastic. I'd buy into value, which I think we have. RSI, it's low. The technicals are low. The stochastic is low. I don't really see much of a divergence. There's a tiny one. That's what she said. Got him. Falling asleep alone tonight. This is a great small divergence. Click. Small divergence, and again, it's low. Bulls are low, bears are high. WELL, maybe like 0.5% lower, is fantastic, and I think FCPT is also in the same exact boat that we have here. But WELL, overall, I'd watch this dip. I do love what I see. Thanks for watching the whole entire episode. If you did, it means a lot to me. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Look at my cat, if that's what you come here for. Wake up. The camera wants you. I like how he's all hype out throughout the day that I want to record. He doesn't want to do nothing. You're being extra. Come see your fans. Okay, there he is. This is what you guys came for, is the cat. Well, I appreciate y'all being here. We'll see you guys tomorrow for another watch list. We both will see you guys tomorrow for that. Also, we'd love to see you guys to check out this weekend's deal. It's coming soon. Stay tuned. Otherwise, have a good rest of your guys' day. He's mad at me. We'll see you guys later. Thanks.